We'll delve straight away into our key discussions for today on Journalist Hangouts on this special. In a convoluted federalism like ours, it is essential that provisions are made to safeguard interests of all the federating units. And so, Section 14, subsection 3 of the Constitution, which stipulates that the composition of government of the Federation or any of its agencies and the conduct of its affairs shall be carried out in such a manner as to reflect the federal character of Nigeria and the need to promote national unity, command national loyalty, thereby ensuring that there shall be no predominance of persons from a few ethnic or other sectional groups in the government or any of its agencies. But when the agency established to enforce this, that's the Federal Character Commission, flagrantly abuses it, eyebrows are raised. Many Nigerians have now come out to condemn the abuses by chairman of the commission, Muheeba Dankaka, and have sent petitions against her to the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, that's the ICPC. BKO, these allegations are not exactly new at this time. All year long, at least of recent, and dating back also to last year, there's been allegation after allegation leveled at the quarters of Mrs. Muheeba. What do you make of them, BKO? And interestingly, like has been rightly noted in the introduction, this is FCC, so naturally and understandably, allegations like this must stand out because it is in the Federal Character Commission that should have, ensured national unity in the country.
Yes, and the complaints against her are largely that she has constituted herself to a kind of one-man show. What she runs, yes, constitute herself to a sole administrator of the Federal Character Commission, despite the fact that the Federal Character Commission has commissioners from different states who are meant to run the FCC along with the chief executive. If we have a situation in which decisions, big decisions concerning the FCC are to be ratified by the plenary is the biggest decision-making organ of the FCC. And if someone treats the plenary like it is not there and prepares budget without reference to the plenary that ought to look at the budget, ratify it before it gets presented to the presidency, then something is wrong. Something is wrong about that leadership style. So, and if there are spending limits, if you exceed spending limits, you have violated the Constitution. You've violated your oath of office. So we've been reading about some of the things happening in those in the FCC, including even the fact that the FCC itself is not aligning with the principle behind the institution of the FCC, or the Federal Character Commission, by having both the secretary and the chairman from the north
of the country. Yeah.
So if you have that situation, why would anyone be surprised if even the chairman continues to run the place like she's not responsible to anyone? So there is a long list of complaints against her. If we are to go into each of those complaints, we won't finish this program today, and that's particularly a big shame, because anyone appointed to a position by the president must earn that respect, must realize that it is a privilege, and must be able to deliver in a manner that makes the president proud. Some of these things that I'm seeing, because I've seen the petition sent to the ICPC, I have a copy of it. They don't make me happy, and that should now explain why we have some of the problems that we have in this administration. no matter how honest the president's intention, no matter the level of honesty of the president's intentions, he still needs the right people to drive the vision. But if people get appointed to positions and they become opportunistic and they are running those agencies of government that the president deemed it fit to put them there in a manner that suggests sectionalism, in a manner that makes them look like one-man show, then something is wrong. The FCC chairman has no reason in the world to run the place like it belongs to her, because it does not belong to her. And it shouldn't be FCC of all places that this will be happening.
All right, GKB, where do you stand in this? Scandal after scandal. There is the talk about even educational qualifications. BKO has talked about, what they call the general rot in the FCC system. They also say that she is allegedly bypassing or disregarding appropriation that had earlier been passed by the National Assembly and a host of others. Where do you see this all leading?
Well, it's a test on the president's agenda of fighting corruption. Like Jide said, the very fact that the madam is from the north and the secretary of the FCC is also from the north already stained this particular administration. I'm talking about the administration that runs the FCC. And you think that it's an administration like this, under a cloud of not reflecting federal character, that will go out of its way to reflect federal character, knowing fully well that a particular schism was created by appointing both the chairman and the secretary from the north. And you just assume that the woman and the other persons will come on board and go out of their way to ensure that the federal character principles are obeyed to the letter. But they are the very one now entrenching that very problem that they are supposed to solve. It's like a policeman turn himself to an armed robber. The job of Federal Character Committee, that's why they have commissioners from every state. These commissioners' jobs are basically to ensure that their states are not changed in the distribution of posts and positions within the administration. It's a very sensitive job because your job is to ensure that if there are 100, let's say there are 37 openings, that every state will have at least one, based on the kind of people already in the system. I'm very disappointed in that. Second one, of course, is the fact that the woman brought in consultants. That's one of the allegations, that she allegedly brought in consultants to do the job of commissioners. That is very bad, because those people are representing a section of Nigeria. So you cannot bring in outsiders to do their job, no matter how qualified they are. The commissioner was selected or appointed solely to represent the interests of his or her states. You don't bring in outsiders and overload them, basically to create a system where they become redundant. That the president, I'm very glad that this petition went to ICPC, because even a policeman requires a policeman to police them. And it's now up to ICPC to make the difference.
Let me bring in at this time now the Federal Character Commission's Commissioner for Zamfara State, Mr. Garba Sani. Welcome to Journalist Hangout this Sunday.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So what do you make of this scandal, or this series of scandals brewing in the FCC, as particularly on the person of Madam Chairperson?
Yeah, you see, how we got appointed and sworn in on the 2nd of July 2020, we got inaugurated on the Sunday, and we had this introduction of members. We introduced ourselves. So when I saw the type of people we are on the board of the commission, I felt, yes, this is where to work and make Nigeria move forward. But when we are going on now, we know that we have all the books we have the Constitution, we have the Establishment Act, we have the rules that we have to follow in order to make that commission work. But just of a sudden, the chairman now said, no, what we are going to do is we have to make some committees so that you can audit some MDAs. How do you understand? That the committee should be set up 6 committees, and 6 committees were set up to audit particular MDAs, 48 MDAs. And all these MDAs are big MDAs like NNPC, like NEMASA, like many of them. So some of us were against that kind of thing. We said no. But then we let us look at the rules and follow the rules and regulations. Let us form proper committees. We have what we call operational committees, such 6 or 7 or 24, whatever. So we work on them. We know the number of MDAs we have in the country. We divide them statutorily so that we can continue what we come to do here. But Madam and whatever refused to understand all these things. So like on the creation of this audit committee on the 7th of August, she told us that she wants to know what is happening in this MDA. Now, just as a sudden again, the chairman called us and dissolved that committee, and she took over everything. So we got confused. At a point, we all got together, all the commissioners except 2. We sat down, we wrote to her that, look, madam, let's come and sit down and do the right thing. Let's follow the rules, let's follow the laws, we have the Constitution, we have the Act. Let's see what the Act said about this. She said, no, we have to do the. So at the end of the day, Madam also created another committee, now the operational committee of 2 people. Now, like say, I will be the chairman of a particular committee. Now somebody from the south will be the deputy of that committee. And I will be the chairman of the deputy of another committee, and he will be the chairman of that committee. So committee of 2. So she created this second committee. We start complaining. Say, look, madam, this is not how to do this thing. That follows the rules. She said no. So it was at that point that some of us now tried to align with her, and that's at the point that she got this employment of people from outside to come and work on behalf of the commissioner. So we had to complain to everybody. We complained to the presidency, we complained to the ICPC, we complained to the Senate, we complained to the State Assembly, but nothing has been done till now. Now, believe me, if I can tell you that right now in Zamfara State, I have a lot of problems in terms of employment because I don't know what is happening there. I don't know what is going on. There is nothing going on. Even the committee she formed now, she's the one who will tell you are the chairman of that committee, but you wouldn't know the time she will tell somebody to go and work on that committee. So this is the kind of thing we are
Mr. Sani, that said, sorry for the interruption, but that said, so there's an ICPC petition against Miss Muheeba. So I don't know, where do you stand in this? I take it that you are among the commissioners who are not happy with her operations.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
What can you say about that petition?
Integrity group. Yes, I'm among them.
All right, tell us about that petition then, and what you hope to come out of it.
You see, what we wanted the ICPC to do is to come in and investigate and find out the way the rules are being violated. But they didn't do that. So there was a time they organized a seminar, a workshop for us. We went to Nasarawa. The ICPC organized that seminar that they told us point blank that rules must be followed. Rules must be. The chief executive of the ICPC was there. He told us. But when we come back, the chairman refused to abide by whatever we discussed at that seminar. So this is the situation. And also we had a retreat in Wales, I could remember, and we had a communique. In that communique, we all agreed that rules of law must be abided by. She signed that communique, and the secretary of that workshop signed that communique. But when we came back, Madam said no. She's not going to abide by that. That she is the chief executive. She can do whatever she wants to do. And even there was a time when she was holding some MBA with around 48. That she said no, she's holding them because of some instructions she got from the dealer or from where that is because of security reasons. She said that. So what kind of operation are we having in that FCC? So this is the problem we are facing. So something must be done in order to correct this situation, because I believe that FCC is a mini Nigeria. It's a mini Nigeria. We have 7 commissioners, including Abuja, plus the chairman. Nobody is saying that she's not the chief executive. She is the chief executive. So as for me, I don't even want to talk about spending. Let her spend whatever she wants to spend. Let her spend whatever she wants. It's between her and the government. But what we are saying here is we have to follow the rule of law. We have to know the nominal role. We have to know the character balancing index so that I can help my people in Zamfara State to get them wherever it exists.
What are the implications of bypassing the plenary, which is the big decision-making organ of FCC?
You know, the implication is that there is no policy at all. No, nothing. Look, that plenary, she called plenary at will, the way she wanted, and it will just fund. So, like the last plenary we have now, she called that plenary. Now, I had a point that we appointed a chief whip through a law. We have a committee rules that the chief whip must stay for 1 year. After 1 year, we have to appoint another one from another section of the country. Now, when I brought up that issue, one of her people just stood up and said, no, those laws are not working now. You understand what I'm saying? He said those laws, the book is not functioning anymore in FCC. So I got confused. I said, but you gave us this book to read, and it's through this book that the chief will check. And it's through this book that the chief will go out and report another problem. So there is no plenary to be. There is no plenary at all. Nothing like plenary. Nothing.
Honorable, is there a timeline for this petition that was forwarded to ICPC? Because from what you said, it's obvious this thing has been going on for a while.
No, you see, this has been, it was from the beginning we sent that petition. It's from the beginning. From the beginning of our tenure. That's the time, because when we saw a lot of problems, we said, no, we have to. And it's all about people. But now, some of them thought about say, no, they are going to follow whatever they she gets. I say, yes, I agree with you. What of the laws? What of the rules? Why don't you follow the rules? Forget about budget or whatever. Budget, well, when the time comes, she will explain that budget. She will explain that expenditure she makes. Already now, she's constructing a lift for her alone in our main office. A lift. Who cares about the lift? She's renovating the whole headquarters. Who said she should do that? Without our knowledge, without anything, she's doing whatever she wants to do. But like I said, money to me is but the problem is let's follow the rules, let me know the nominal role, the CBI and whatever, so that I can make myself move forward. So that all commissioners will make that move forward in terms of employment and the infrastructure.
So the implication is this. The people you represent on the commission have not been getting good representation, because the people who are supposed to do that are fighting themselves within the system. What is the way forward now if the petition itself becomes part of the problem?
The way forward is let Muheeba Farida Dankaka do the right thing. We need her to do the right thing. Nobody is saying Farida must go. No. But let her do the right thing. The commission work on committees and sectorial committees. When there are no proper maintenance committees, that FCC is not going to work. So let her do the right thing. That's all.
All right. Mr. Garba Sani, thank you very much. Mr. Sani is the FCC Zamfara State Commissioner. We thank you for your contributions on the program.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, Bigio, with all that the Zamfara State Commissioner has said, and like you have also, asked further, these does have serious implications, on the operations of FCC, especially where all these states are concerned.
Yes, and I think there is a need to call the woman who runs the place to order. If you cannot get the people you work with on your side, then you are a bad leader. It's as simple as that. Because you can't continue to run the place to the exclusion of other people. I was reading in the petition that she has already rendered 8 out of 11 departments the commission comatose. And they are saying she unilaterally takes decision on many policy matters against plenary approval, e.g. constitution of the committees of the commission, issuance of introduction letters to staff and commissioners who are not members of the standing committee, unilateral approval of waivers, and speedy issuance of certificate of compliance without adherence to the acts and laws, the principle of federal character, to ensuring total compliance with rules and practice. So, and they are even saying that a good number of the people she hires are also from her own
out of the country,
our own hometown. So, which means that she's a provincial person. So, if you are provincial by nature and you are heading
the national,
an FCC, Federal Character Commission, that should ensure that we all have a national vision, not provincial vision, then something is wrong. Something is really, really wrong, fundamentally wrong for that matter. But it's a matter that is still on, and hopefully this won't be the last time that we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, GKB, we've heard from Mr. Commissioner now, who represents Zamfara State. He's also a northerner, but, of course, he has also, exposed or revealed, some certain pains for him as a commissioner. And what I guess, but before I take your last point on this, we have a caller. Welcome. Please carry on.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Please carry on.
Omar Tata, good afternoon.
I agree too, sir.
God bless you. Yes, Federal Character Commission is supposed to ensure equity and fairness in the distribution of posts, especially at the federal level. Yeah. But when you see those people, it is not the president himself that picked the members. I'm putting all this blame on the secretary to the government, because the office is the clearinghouse where they compile the list of members and chairmen of parastatals of the federal government. That's number one. The secretary to the government saw that the chairman was from the north and the secretary from the north. They are the two powerful posts on that particular commission. And he did not bother to rectify it. He gave it to the president. Then secondly, in the case of Federal Character Commission, I was on the panel of promotion in one of the federal government parastatals, hospital in particular. And I saw on that day, members from the Federal Character Commission. I said, what are you doing here? They said they want to ensure that justice is done. When you are not doing justice in your own commission, I think the president himself, the secretary to the government, who is very close to the president, the what is it called, the chief of staff, who see the president every day, cannot claim ignorance about this criticism. They should draw the attention of the president to it and remove and caution that particular woman. God bless you.
Thank you very much. So your final submissions on this, especially now that the House of Representatives has also, been mandated, so to speak, now to perhaps reverse the situation of, two northerners heading the FCC.
They've been there for over a year. And after the initial noise made by the House of Reps and 1 or 2 minutes in the Senate, everybody went back to sleep. So I don't think we should hold our breath and something fundamental will happen to the current structure. But having said that, I think there's a need, and this is why we say the danger is in the details. The FCC was basically a function of the Constitution to do fairness and to do justice. If those people who make the original appointments did not say anything wrong in putting people from the same place against the norm that have been practicing since 1966, and they've been there for a year, I don't think anything will happen to the woman. I'm not saying with any level of certainty, but if an anomaly occurred very early, it was brought to the notice of those at the House of Reps, Senate, and Nigerians, and for over a year and 3 months, nothing was done to correct that anomaly. I tell Nigerians, please don't hold your breath.
All right.